opportunities here to do some damage. I don't know if I'm going to side with Nameless entirely, but he's been on point this year.
Has indeed. Well, another sort of... I'm going out on a limb here. Vancouver Surge have turned the lights on in their player facility. They have mostly been in the dark. Is this it? Is this their rise? Their ascension? Well, they got to go up against the Falcons first and foremost. And this is a nice string of kills from both sides of the board here. Big wins there from Surge off the rip. They're going to have the opening time. The Whom, though. Oh, dear. He's going to capitalize on that team kill from Abuza. Takes care of Nasty and open hard points for now. Watching the lads find their kills all over the place, but it's a lot of green as Vegas get themselves in.
And I tell you, oh, they let a spawn go through. How quickly do they turn around for it? I see Whom on the mini-map. Instantaneous on the recognition, but doesn't win the gunfight. Now Rox is going to fall as well. And that's everybody one by one. It trades on point for Surge. So one Mixie spawn and a small mistake from Falcons, but now they're trying to stabilize. Wixel fighting for the back spawns. 0-4 has him in his sights.
Has it. Can't get the kill though. Wixel's got that backside of the map set. So after the parallel spawns finish, eyes forward, folks. First hard point, not fantastic for either team. A slight lead for Vancouver, and here comes the attack towards Nu. Nobody in the time just yet as Nasty managed to pick Rocks out of that time. Here comes Abuza, the front line, through pool. It's a great hit. It's nearly perfect. Wixel, no, he can't get it. That's Vancouver with a break.
That's bully ball as well, and that's another situation for Falcons where they are in a pretty good spot, have everybody on the rotation set up ready to go, but it just collapses so quickly. So Surge there for the breakdown, and now here for the run it up. Whom, though, he's got the teammate support, so he's able to make it to time, and they just clean house, so nobody able to hold a spawn. Both teams struggling with good spots.
Yeah, towards the backside of the hard point, though, Whom has got his work cut out for him. He's got so many angles to watch alone, and not an ideal hold there from the Vegas Falcons. Kudos on the break, not able to get their arms around it. But either way, rotation's already done, and that is where number 7, Nasty, long line of sight over P3, wide out in the open. We go to that hard point in 5 seconds.
Action is hunting him down too. Yeah, get in the mix with a pistol, ready to trade out his own kills. Meanwhile, the battle for spawns. A lot more pressure on Nasty in this moment, and the pressure mounts to nothing. Whom shreds him before he even shoots a bullet. So that is spawns flipped in time, collected now for the Falcons. A wonderful little sequence for them. We'll see what they can do.
Opal, I'm loving this approach. Whoa, towards Nu. Whom, though, up top there with the aims, finds his kills. Mid-map, Hixie. Cleaned up, Exnid. No time just yet, though we're in, but no trophies. There we go. Roxas finally gets this down. A couple of kills are working out for him. Doesn't stop the bullets, and Roxas and Wixel find their kills on the outside. That should be some time, if not for Nasty. Shenanigans through the middle of the map. Surge, you cannot keep him down. They're still fighting.
Yeah, Nasty's gonna sort of open up the hill at the very least for his teammates to get nearby, but now he's looking for the route for spawns, and he might have just found it. So Nasty trying to pierce this setup. Falcons leave that little lane open and able to capitalize. Now you see the spawns getting a little bit crazy, but Wixel with a nice spot, doing some damage on the back line. It is still Operation Hunt Down Nasty. And he's still just getting kills. They're not even looking for him. Wixel, he just wants the time.
He's got more than that. He's finding a kill on the way through. Fast hit from 0-4, right in there with that Jackal. Cuts him down, finds the time. Here we go, next counter attack. Can we get something out of this Vegas? Looks like a great hold so far from Vancouver Surge. Exnid, the only man in the feed there for his boys. Now up close and personal. Oh, Exnid, nice 2-piece as he manages to make his way through the back end, making this hard point that bit harder to deal with. Nasty, eyes on the front. His boys have got the back covered. This is great hold here from Surge.
They got the pinch going through the back as well, right? So trades are starting to roll through, but Nasty is the man that they just allowed to live inside of Art, and now he's being allowed to live in top P4, and Nasty's a player. They make his job easy. He's going to have a field day, so a 5 spree, nice and comfortable up top, and frankly, just comfortable scrap time for Vancouver Surge as well. Easy capitalization off the mistakes Falcons have been making, and on the rotation, Roxas picks up 2, but trades are in. Hallway control right now for Vancouver. They got the power positions.
Will they let anyone through here? That's the question. Nice work out of Nasty. That's 10-4, 6 spree. See if he can turn into anything special. The answer is no. Roxas there, 3 dead for Vancouver Surge. As Abuza now up, trying to pick what he can off of these defending players. The hard point very much in the hands of the Vegas Falcons, though. And so far, I was going to say, if they can take down at least 1 or 2 here, there was a lineup from Surge. Nice damage. Exnid once again in the feed. Roxas with a sweet corner and 2. That's another 4 down for Vancouver Surge.
And how do they handle the spawns, though, right? Nasty is going to get gold. Everybody else on the flip side of the map. And right now, 3 Vegas Falcons players return for 1 guy. And in the chaos, they start to fall. So couldn't handle the pressure. And spawn management will will absolutely get you. They were almost there for the block, but just ever so slightly off, and now they're trying to set up around P2. So Vegas, again, another opportunity. They got that first blood. They're set up around for new, and they catch Nasty as well. So great pick so far. They're set up for good hill time.
First, fantastic opportunity here for the Vegas Falcons to take some of this time back and get a lead change. Here we go. Wixel on the outside. Abuz is about to find something on the back here. He's got damage in. Dahum can't find anything through the front. It's 2 throw 4. Can we make it 3? No need. Hixie's there. A nearly perfect break. Wixel, last man standing. Quick spawns from Exnid. Done. Dusted. It's over to Dahum, and no way is he getting there in time. The battle may be won, and as long as the nades and the trophies are still working, Surge are right in there.
Yeah, that's just another painful moment for Falcons and another beautiful one for Surge. I mean, just so clean on the break. In Vegas, with the spawns, might be able to take it right back, but that is not the full 60 they were looking for. And 04 was actually the player that really sets the tone at the start. And even now for scrap time, Hixie's going to be there. So Falcons struggling with the setups they get. And honestly, Miles, that probably comes down to the communication. It's so difficult to micromanage things when everybody is turned.
They are turned indeed. We'll do a listening later on in the series. You know, the Falcons, fast and furious communicators indeed. Exnid, fast and furious shots as well. Our boy snapping. Nasty right back in his happy place. He finds himself here all the time. This time, Dahum's got his number. Over towards P3 again. And it is Surge. They are first in, best dressed. Time going their way. Split spawns, though, for the Falcons. Gives you a little bit of time to find those kills. Now, boys and girls, we said their comms were turned. Now, find out for yourself. A quick listening with the Vegas Falcons.
انا ماسك يمين جاوبكم صح ما يمين بكسون ابوزه ما اشوفه.
Say what you will, these boys are shooters. We do have a Hellstorm secured there for Wixel. Hope that comes into play a little bit later on. Coverage here, when it comes to spawns, is getting a little bit better chance, but they're just unable to capitalize on the time.
Yeah, it's been a tough one indeed, and Vancouver have been pretty on point. A couple different times where there's multiple Surge players just trying to look for Wixel, and he's always just in some awkward portion of the map that is just not expected in any given situation. But the kills column certainly phenomenal for him. I mean, dude is 21 and 15, so shout out to the KD, but the hill time right now, Vegas need to get on it once again. They are set up around P1. They have the right side spawns. They got the cuts. They got everything they want. You just have to convert it to some hill time.
Yeah, find a couple of kills. Hold on this hard point. 15 to go here on P1. They've got the lower hand side of the map covered for now. Nobody exclusively blocking it, so we'll see how these spawns go. It's 2 either side. Eyes on the minimap, folks. This could decide what happens for the next hard point, and it looks good so far for the Falcons. Nice shots from Abuza. Hardpoint 2, P2 here in our third set. Open for business. Falcons are in. How long can they hold?
They've had it every single time. They've been broken down instantly, even when they got these early picks. And there is Charlie Hixie running straight through the front. Exnid, unfortunate. Maybe just back down over towards Palms, but that is another P2 where Falcons just simply cannot do anything. And Vancouver, happy for it, built themselves a sizable lead. That might have just been the moment of the game.
Well,
that's a roof. That's tough.
Hey, in other games, that sort of thing does actually kill. So I wonder if this is some tech they've worked on. But right now, we're over 200 points for Vancouver Surge. On the approach now, Falcons, one last valiant attempt to find something here on P2. The answer is no. P3, big hold here. They can turn it around. We've seen plenty of comebacks. With a team like this, they're just getting broken down by the scalpels of the Vancouver Surge. It is surgical precision on the approach to these points, and they are finding great moments like this from Nasty again. 23 and 16 for the young Brit. He's finding kills all over the shop. And once again, his happy place, he's on route.
I just love this. Has been a pretty like explanatory game of a lot of things you have to be good at as a team in Call of Duty, because no doubt, as you say, the Falcons are shooters, but they're having moments where they were leaving Nasty alive in top art, not clearing out spawns even when they had the comms, not quite keeping track of players, let alone breakdowns and setups and whatnot. So clearly something we worked on, but maybe they're just going to continue to work on this game. Still in a good spot is the Falcons. Left side spawns. Yes, it's a score deficit, but a good hold here, or at least keeping Surge out of time in a full 60 on new, and you're right back in the game.
Yeah, they are indeed keeping it together in the kills column. It's 32 from Exit, 33 now. Into the time, you've got it again. 15 seconds to go here on P3. You have the left side of the minimap. Oh, you don't watch the mid door, though. Can Ixie find any more at this life? The answer is no. Looking towards P4. Nobody there just yet. As mid-map, it's Roxas who's holding it down. 04 trying to make his fight through the mid. Exit has the bottom side of the minimap covered. You've got a good looking setup here if you're the Falcons, and this could be a hold. Into the time, boys. Eyes up at the ready.
A full 60 and they'll be tied up. You got art control right now for 04. He's waiting for his teammates to get in the mix, and Falcons right now very turtled around P4, but as you say, they at least got the positions covered. In awkwardness over by our 04. There's no one here trying to hunt you down. They don't know what they want to do to play it, but you got to make sure you get the trades. They've secured the back spawns. Falcons now will be spawning out, and the Surge players should be overwhelming on this time. They've pierced the setups. They have prevented the full 60. They've at least made things mixy. Nasty
wait.
staying alive.
Oh, he stays alive for way longer than I thought he would. Abuza now off spawn straight into it. Strong irons. As Surge, clean house again. It's technically 3 dead. Last man up for the Falcons in. Dahoom, what a 2. Holds the hard point for a second longer. Allows his boys to now spread out across P1.
So a solid hill overall. Maybe not quite the full 60 you're looking for, but that is a kill feed right there. Gorgeous coming out of Vancouver. Set up around this new time. They just need to play for kills, but Wixel right now dropping heads, and Ixie, last man standing, wiped off the board. So Vegas Falcons in control, but once again, the spawns everywhere on this map.
Sneaky 04. So very sneaky. Traded out. Enough for the chaos to ensue, though, and this is where Vancouver Surge their way forward, baby. What a 2 out of Nasty over the balcony into the time, and that could be map 1. What a play. Vancouver Surge play Hardpoint like a fiddle in map 1.
Good, clean Call of Duty coming out of Vancouver on that one. Guys in the right spots, making the plays when you need them to. And honestly, I think a few gifts being handed their way. Vegas Falcons not a team that was able to consistently block the spawns on P1, so Vancouver on their desk were just ending up in good situations. 3 separate P2 hills where like Vegas Falcons got the clearance, had all 4 players alive, set up around the time in a different setup they had every single time, none of which they could make work. I mean, there's times where Hixie was literally just running straight through the front door and piercing the setup. So credit to Vancouver, played the game the way it was meant to be played, and they come out with the victory. And shout out to the objective kills for guys like Abuza and Hixie as well, living by the time. That is an SMG with 2 minutes and 36 seconds in the hill. Hixie found his home.
Hixie found his home comfortably. Again, looking across the stats, though, fascinating scenario to be in. Vegas Falcons, absolutely a force to be reckoned with in the kills comp. But we're not playing TDM. This is just the way it goes. I mean, and this is such an interesting talking point. They are clearly mechanically brilliant at the game. Shooters. We're seeing kills after kills after kills. They get it done. But it's where those kills are being found. It's where they are moving themselves, whether it's spawns, whether it's the way they play time, how they play the time. These are the things that are really separating the great from everyone else. And right now the Falcons, they're on the precipice of being a good team. It is coming down to time and experience, and that is a fantastic showing against a squad that played that hard point so well like Surge. So kudos to them. How long we can keep saying, well done guys, you're getting better, I don't know. But for now, an exciting match regardless. And Surge, exactly what you would expect out of them, Chance. Fantastic breaks, good holds, the map positioning with everything was super solid. Nice work out on Nasty. huge work out of Abuza at times. 04 was doing his pieces, and Hixie doing what Hixie does. Smart, sensible plays, finding himself in the right places at the right time.
And I tell you, I mean, the thing I'm going to be paying attention to for the Falcons, at least on this map going forward, is just going to be P2. Like, more or less, like, they've shown success on P4. They're good at getting the spawns for P3. They do a lot of, like, the sort of basic fundamental things right, but it seems like the teamwork fundamentals can slip. Like, they might be nearby each other on the mini-map, but not doing a great job of, like, saying, hey, this is open, pick up that. Watch your front on this time because I'm back down palms, like I'm one shot, someone needs to help. And a lot of those micromanagement things that, I mean, really can only happen in the communication department seem to be slipping. But either way, something that did not slip was the lead. Vancouver, good start, never looked back in a comfortable win I think those guys were hoping for. But S&D, gonna be even more of a fun one. Vancouver Surge have been spamming red card S&D as much as possible, but not necessarily to the highest level of effect. Their record overall isn't exactly a sight to behold. And this is a team in my mind that needs to be good at S&D. Abuza and 04 currently struggling, and last year they were stars.
They were superstars last year. This year, red card, though, you're right, it's been a bit hit and miss. I've stolen a few strats we've seen from these guys. I think the biggest takeaway for me, I basically banged this drum to no end. Vancouver Surge prioritize the defense of the B site. They might commit their chips early onto A, but whatever happens, you're always going to find Hixie over by B, because B is so tricky to retake. Quick look at the stats as well, though, folks. When it comes to the attacking rounds there for those Vancouver Surge lads, they're pretty solid. I mean, there's no getting around it. Second overall there. Vegas Falcons, though, chance coming in at third. As far as the attacking rounds go, this could be a very productive map for both teams.
And keep in mind, for the stats, it's always like a map-dependent thing as well. So, you know, Vegas Falcons have played a little bit of Vault, favored on offense. Like, you're going to be able to get that bomb down, but I think especially because of how often Vancouver have played red card, they're happy to see the map again. They have the repetitions on it. You know what type of force they're going to be bringing to the table. And I know something for me for Vancouver, like watching 04 on the defensive end on red card, just flanking through B every single time. I mean, teams and players started picking it up on it very quickly and sort of nullify that type of aggression. So don't know if they're going to dig into the bag of tricks, try to flex some new strats and see what they can pan out, because, well, especially for Surge, on the attack, they've been phenomenal. On the defensive end, have not been able to lock things down, and it's because some of their strats have been a little bit stagnant. Of course, it doesn't help when the opening duels are in the dumps as well.
Yeah, look, when those first bloods can make a huge difference for a lot of players, a lot of teams. Not always, though. Dahum Ashua, folks, we'll say it time and time again. He's been great in the KD department, and over the last few days, superb. Here we go, though, with a nice big hit through the middle of the map there for the Vancouver Surge boys. They'll be attacking first, and for the team that's this high up in the standings, let's see what they got.
Oh, they're flying. I mean, this is going to be Dahum versus the world. He doesn't have too much help just yet, but he's calling out for the pressure. Wixel is there, but a touch too late. Surge have all of, like, the sort of lower kitchen presence, and Wixel wants to be sneaky.
He's way sneaky. Doesn't have a frag to work with here. Waiting for the boys. I bet he wishes he had a jackal as well in the situation, and he's certainly playing this one quietly. Thank God that glass doesn't make any noise. Do it. Hop it. Do it. All right, we're in. Wixel finds his first. Trades are on. Exit now through the back door, and it's absolute pandemonium on the site. Hixie, can he stay alive for a second longer? No, he cannot. It's a 1v1. Nasty backs up, as does Exnid. 30 seconds.
And actually, sort of jukes the kill cam a little bit, so Nasty's playing passive because he's got to be worried about the ticket wrap as well.
Oh,
but now he has to have seen him there.
Wait, the low wrap. I don't hate this. Timing. And the gunny. Oh! Exnid with a pistol and just enough time to get the defuse. What a great round.
Takes it to him as well. Nasty puts himself in towards Ticket. I think he probably had the left side of his screen to sort of pay attention to left bush, but Exnid just runs at him. And Nasty not able to ice up at all. I mean, that was first blood and bomb down for Vancouver Surge in a matter of 10-15 seconds, and they get broken down. Shout out to the Falcons on the retakes. They have had a ton of those this week already.
That was real nice. Yeah, nice sneaky start there. Wixel being able to belly crawl his way into the site and place himself in such a sweet corner, able to get at least one onto 04 there, does give you a nice advantage. Well, the attacking rounds, here we go. Other side of the board, a team only one place behind Vancouver Surge when it comes to the O. Here we go into B once again, and that seems to be the flavor. Nasty's here over by the B-bomb site this time round. Heard enough, seen enough. The shatter of glass tells you the play's on. Here we go.
Well, Falcons were able to retake this site a man down. We'll see what Surge can do with all four. Nades connect, but only for damage. Everybody stays alive.
Yeah, Exnick took a big hit there. Nice wins there from Roxas. Oh, Dahum finds his also. Wonder if Exnick can stay alive. He should be on for streaks as well with the 3 kills he picked up. He's not too far away from the RC. Here we go. Looking for a freebie. Surge in on the site. Abu's the last man left alive, and that is another clean round from the Falcons.
Yes, indeed. Falcons retake the site 3v4, turn into a 1v1. Exit picks out 3. Phenomenal first round. And then we had the very similar situation, except Surge were in an even better spot on defense because all 4 players alive. Not a single trade, not a single nade kill. A perfect round from the Falcons, outplaying some tenured S&D players as well, but still very early on.
I mean, 2 rounds with 2 nice looks. A lot of love towards the B-bomb site. I'm coming here talking about how hard it is to retake, and it is. Jackal players thriving in there. But so far, we've seen a little bit, over towards A this time. Maybe, Surge, you haven't given us any tastes here, and that's where it looks like the defense is stacked up for the Falcons. They're hoping for it, but I don't think they're going to get what they want. Word to Mick Jagger.
To be hit, Dahum. Trying to match the wise philosophy of Mick. But just going to play his life. So again, Vegas Falcons seem, even on Vault, red card seems to be the same thing. Happy to play for the retakes. Doom does the wise thing. Doesn't get caught out in this site and even gives you a first blood. A man advantage to try to take it over. And I think right now Falcons just waiting for Exnid to be in position. Get everybody grouped up before you make your move. I love the setup so far, but you got to be worried about the time.
Wixall then. Last man pinch. He's not going to move until really gets going. There's Exnid. Gets into the play now. 0-4, close sight. Hixie over his shoulder. The remaining 2 members of Vancouver Surge with 20 seconds to go. Here comes the pitch on the outside. Trades are done. Wixall, can you find the next? 0-4, 10 HP. Staying alive, and he's going to play the time. Great work. He will be dropped. Or will he? No, it was a matter of seconds. And Wixall, you might find the kills. You don't get the round, Surge. Good work. You find at least 1.
Hey, the number of nail biters they had against Optic on Vault yesterday, I'm just thinking in my head, these guys play way too slow. This isn't going to work. And then they just made it work every single time. But that's another one for me, for my COD instincts, where you just take so much time to get everybody in position. You got to be a bit more active. And Wixall, the man that was closest to the site the entire time, doesn't even make the active play to try to hunt down 0-4 towards the end. And Wixall, I think, a little bit too passive. Saw some moments on the Vault hardpoint as well, but this is all for the pains. The kills certainly still flowing their way. In an A hit as well. 0-4, the front man for Surge. It's going to be the stun that backs Exnid down.
Absolutely stunned up. His player model there covering his eyes. Deep line of defense, though. Not as many players here for Surge, though, so you might be able to overwhelm the bomb site. But it does look like Falcons, they've pumped the brakes. They might be thinking twice about this one. Just under a minute to go.
But no bait at all. Vancouver Surge stagnant in their setup. They are happy to let the play come to them. Nasty's got the middle of the map covered. I mean, a 2 for over on the A site between 0-4 and Abuza. And then Hixie, the lone man, hasn't spotted anything out. But as soon as he gets intel, the Vancouver players are going to start to get active. There's 2 spotted. The minimap starting to shift. Abuza and Nasty wrapping back.
Here we go. Exnid overwhelms. Here come the nades. Tags are in. Rest of Surge now in position to strike. 25 seconds. You've got to start getting the bomb down. Have to worry about the health, though. If everyone's tagged up, there's no way you get in there. Bomb being planted. We seem to be running out of lethals. The trophies are set. Here comes the hit. 40 seconds to go.
And a man down, and they just burned every single nade. Abuja, though, at least finds the opener. Good luck with these head glitches. Great damage being done. Shots getting exchanged. Vancouver trying to slide through these doors.
Only have to worry about one side of the room here, Roxas. Exnid there has his cross, and they're inside. Massive damage. What a lineup. 20 seconds to go, and Exnid's going to send it forward. Falcons smell blood in the water. And I get it. I know. A weird animal reference. I know, but it worked.
Hey, we'll take it. And I'm going to be honest, these are just weird plays being made by Vancouver. Like, when Dahum is the lone defender of the B site, when he felt the pressure, he backed out, played his life, and got you a kill for the man advantage. Hixie just gets caught. And then the nade coordination between Vancouver Surge, non-existent. That is 2 different rounds where they nade the guys as they're coming into the B site, but just with a single frag, and the damage is great. but there's absolutely no follow-up. No one's making any type of move off of it, and you're not even setting up with your teammates. So Vancouver Surge, this is scattered S&D. Got to dig deep. You are down 3-1.
Oh,
those nades going to slow you down just a touch.
Real nice. 0-4, the only man not to take a hit there on the opening salvo. And with that, he gets himself forward a little bit. A couple of tags in. Nice nade there. Pushes Roxas out of position over the stage. And look at Xnid. Fearless. Sends it forward. Finds the first immediate trade.
Still, though, you do have a man advantage on this site for Vancouver. And despite that fact, they're going to back down and pay their respects and move over towards B. But you have Dahum. I mean, he's just been ironed up on this site the entire round. So ready for the pressure. Shots being exchanged, but he does get caught. Trades coming in there for Vancouver. Man advantage.
Yeah, Wix was trying to get in there ASAP. There's no hope now that there are trophies in place, and I don't think any lethals between he and Roxas. So here we go. Nasty on the left. Bomb in the middle, and Hixie on the right. And here we are, folks, stuck in the middle with Roxas all alone. A 1v3. These boys don't have to move.
Yeah, this one should be over. He's just playing for a kill, hoping they will give something away, but Hixie posted up on headies, and all of those angles, diabolical. So shout out Nasty, catching Dahum on site. Mentioned just the round previous, Dahum doing a great job of being able to play his life. This time, just gets caught. Nasty, bringing the beamer.
Oh. Those are clean shots on the way out as well. Nice little fadeaway. A catch kill like that, chance like the one on Dahum, gives you everything. You know you need to scream in the comms. B's clear. Go, 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 go. I got one. You've got ID on the other two players. It just gives you that clearance to fly forward. Nice work there out of Vancouver. They're one away from the equalizer if they can find it here. It's a defensive round, though. And as we've seen, Falcons have been loving the attack. A lot of love towards A this time round. I think we're committing here. Surge are going for it. It's a big opener. There's a lot of cars are going to be destroyed here. Hixie straight into the feed. First blood.
I love that call, too. That's a perfect counter strat, getting all four players nearby. And if you can break down P2 setups like they're nothing, just group up as a team. 0-4 getting the intel. His teammates here for the trades. There's a Booza finding the next pick. And the grouping strategy paying dividends right now for Vancouver. Roxas praying for a mistake from Vancouver.
He might catch one. He might catch one, but he's not catching any more out of that life. Wide open position. Red dots on that minimap light up. And it is simply a dinner bell for Vancouver. They go for the grab. Great work from them. Pushing the Falcons so hard their chance. They pressed them. They forced the mistakes. They found those easy kills. Great round.
That is absolutely beautiful stuff as well. Really stops the bleeding. I mean, from down 3-1, things start to get a little bit spicy. You got to get on the board. And here we are, tied back up. Vancouver going to be a touch more comfortable. And with how dominant that sort of like A site presence was, you get the stage control, you get the ambulance control, you just have steps and hedges under lock and key. Maybe they're the same type of look on offense as well. You dominate the area. Imagine they're going to be feeling confident, and it's three players that direction. Nasty will be joining them through mid.
Those poor steps, they take such a pounding. Nade after nade, round after round. A lot of players here in the middle of A side of the map for Surge. Not a lot of love now from the Falcons defensively. A classic setup for them. They're going to have to adapt quickly. But again, Falcons, ooh, good stun. That gives 0-4's position away, but not a lot of movement there out of the Falcons, boys. No one really capitalizing on this intel yet.
And Vancouver just hesitating. Yeah, they're hesitating and just getting caught. The stun grenade is just for intel. It doesn't matter if you know they're there. Go and get the kills, but they can't get it done. They fall like dominoes. Nice shots from Nasty. Maybe a development into a 1 versus 4. Unfortunate for him, doesn't have bomb in hand. And I don't know if this is the map where clutches are ever going to be a gift.
No, he's doing what he can to make as much noise and cause commotion, try to pull some of these Falcons players, but they are very stout in their defense, not moving. Bulwarks now over by the bomb. They know that they've got the bomb down over by the site. So Nasty, this is a great spot to be in. Normally, he's not going to see too much from up here. Look at the positioning of the Falcons boys here. Deep, nice work on the defense. They don't let that advantage go away. And if not for the beamers, absolute pieces across map there. Falcons, that would have been a much tougher round.
And, you know, I was really just hoping Vancouver Surge would try and run him over on the site. It's obviously much easier said than done, but to whom has just been so posted over towards B, you know you're going to have the numbers on this site and just try to work for trades. And instead, everybody just falls one by one. No real coordination coming out of Vancouver there. So the gunning for Falcons, a little bit too hot to handle. And now their opportunity back on the attacking rounds. They have made B their own. But at least at the start of the round, they're going to be showing an A look as well, trying to make some noise. And maybe the perfect call, because Vancouver, that's a B stack if I've ever seen one.
I've seen them. And that's what it looks like, folks. Can confirm. We're going for a noise here. Excellent. Might have seen intel on the way through there. You've seen a Boozer now. Can you kill a Boozer? Now, so not just yet, but Exnid is going for it. This man, when he gets you in his sights, he sends it. It's either you or him. There is nothing else. That bomb should be planted now, and you've got a little bit of space to work with. Dahum finding another sweet one at great range. 04 on the flank, looking to get himself more than one this round. There you go. Doubles his kills. Can he get the defuse as well?
Yeah, going to be grouped up with Ixie as well. Problem is, for a site like this, you don't have a ton of time to work with, so they're grouped up together. But you don't want to trade these kills out. You need to win the initial ones, and Wixel might be in the spot just to break them down. 15 seconds have gone by since you made noise on the flank. You got a 2v2, but someone's got to hop the bomb in the next 15. Hixie, he's nearby.
He's spotted out by Roxas. Nice day. Trophy's going to be there to save him, though. And they're the final kill. Falcons. What a nice defensive hold, man. I mean, again, apart from, I think it was Wixel getting picked out over by the top side of tiles near the hedges. Everyone was in a great spot to watch that bomb and take care of business there. 04. Able to get the trade immediately taken care of. 12-3 out of Exnid. I know the fans wanted another masterclass from the young man. You are getting it, especially in Surge.
Yeah, he's just running at them. I mean, the start of the round, you get the intel on Ibuza, like over back towards goalie or net, whatever your comm is going to be, and he just sprints at him. No one for Vancouver was quick enough to help him out at all. And poor Ibuza just left by himself with a Jackal player hunting. But the assassination's complete. The Falcons a round away from tying up this series, and frankly, they've just been playing better Call of Duty, at least in S&D. Doom for the first blood.
Exnid has had 3 first bloods so far. And look at this. What are you going to do, guys? What are you going to do? There's an RC car with a bomb strapped to it right on the inside of the B bomb site. If you go near that bomb, he's able to hop that wall. I wonder how good he is at driving that thing. We're going to find out real quick. Oh, hello, 04. Brum, brum, rev the engine. Put the fear of God in him. Wixel. Oh, 04. He gets through and he gets a couple of kills. Here it comes. 04 catches it out in the air. Puts Roxas now in a 1v2. What an awkward round.
Yeah, I mean, no, not a clue what the comms there were for Vegas, but not the best I've ever seen. Roxas for the 1v2. Unfortunate for him, it's looking like it's going to be a B plant, and retaken with an AR is not an easy thing at all. And against 2 sophomore players for Surge. So maybe not a long-time duo, but certainly have had a year worth of opportunities to work on their chemistry. Should be good to lock this one down.
Yeah, this is surely Vancouver Surge's round, if not for a couple of beams out of Roxas. 30 seconds to make a long journey through the stands towards the bomb site. 04 in a sweet position here. Abuza playing the close door. This is an ugly off angle. Will he be spotted out here, though? Oh, good read. Abuza, though, with a kill. And Surge take advantage of a crazy round. Falcons, you're still sitting pretty, boys. You can't give away another one of those.
And I'm not sure if Wixel and Exnid were talking about the future round or trying to understand what happened in that one, but what should have been a free kill on 04. I mean, the detective work for Exnid was perfect, but somewhere there was just a lack of coordination between the Falcons players. But either way, still just a round away from tying this series up. More pressure on Vancouver. Maybe feeling the heat, and back towards this A site they go, but yeah, no funny business this time. Vancouver, once again, just stacks. They're keeping 3 players by whatever site. 04 and Hixie running together, and they have claimed so much space.
Oh, no, but now is it over to B? Maybe. It's a foot race, though. It looks like Dahum's going to get there first. Nasty's in a position to get here as well, but he might be a little bit too late. He can hear a lot going on in there. The stun checks. He has to back up. He has got full pockets, though, so here comes the frag. Good throw. RC car as well, getting in the mix. It's all being thrown, boys and girls. The kitchen sink, you name it, all going on towards the bomb site. Nades on the outside now, the volley. 30 seconds, Wixel strikes first. And here we go, Surge. You've got to do something, lads. Hixie trying to go to the inside. He does. He manages to break the perimeter. Nasty finds his. Hixie, whoa, from the hip. Dahoom still swinging. As Hixie now finds himself in a nearly unwinnable situation. Falcons peck him to death. And we tie the series up 1-1.
That'll do it. And we talk map one, maybe a lot of fundamental mistakes being made, but in the S&D, they just straight up outplayed them. Better round calls, better execution, handling the retakes on the B site, and setting the tone. Vegas Falcons, their best game mode, proves for them right there. Tie the series up and take down some, what we think are fantastic S&D players, but not a lot of life being shown out of Surge so far in that game mode this year. And an interesting time now in this series because Vegas Falcons, we already know the passion going to be flowing, but tip it to Exnid. 4 bomb plants, 12 kills. He started off this map with just 3 in round number 1. And just the first bloods are actually really, truly the story of the game. I suppose that is going to be, what, 8-2 in favor of the Falcons. Surge, they had no answer.
Not at all. Nice damage there across the board from Wixel and Dahoom. They were the dealers there in that map. Hacienda coming up in a moment, folks, but we know how things go for Falcons. They're not fantastic control players. Again, this is an interesting one, seeing another Hacienda chance out of them.
That's the main point, right? Obviously, their control record is going to be poor overall. You know, either winless or they have 1 win, but that's a ton of vault. Their 1 look they had on Hacienda got a great repetition in, go to a round 5, and I think that's an opportunity when you're playing against a team like Optic. You're going to learn a ton. You just have to apply those lessons in a matter of a day. So not an easy feat, but it is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, fun to watch indeed. We're going to go to the desk now to break on down those first 2 maps. Team, how are we feeling about the series so far?
Ooh, I actually have a great question here, Ali. So on a 1 to 10 scale, how confident are we in our pick of Vancouver Surge?
I give it like a 7.
A 7? Okay, that's pretty confident. Are you over a 3 after seeing a 1-1 finish at the half?
I feel fantastic. And, you know, even after watching that Hardpoint, like some small mistakes, which we'll get into, like Vegas are looking improved. I wouldn't count them out, guys. Would not count them out.
As long as they have Exnid, anything is possible. The man just dropped a 3.0 basically in Search and Destroy. Let's take a look at his highlights. A 3-kill opening round, followed up by 4 plants from Exnid. The man was doing everything.
He was doing literally absolutely everything. And what's crazy about this is when you load into this, like, they just played their game extremely well. Falcons were already a top 2 attack team, and the reason being is because they are the #1 team when it comes to getting the bomb down and winning the round. And that's what they focused versus the Vancouver Surge, is planting. Exnid had 4 alone. This team is nasty.
And in the green room, we were kind of talking about the maps and how this may be something we could see from Vegas again in the future.
Yeah.
Why does Red Car play to their favor?
Yeah, I mean, just like situation, you go over towards the B-bomb, like you can just get it down and just play mixy, right?
Yeah.
Play trades. A lot of places you can give yourself good positioning, right, to make it frustrating, and they were doing a very good job of it. But, I mean, even when they went A, right, like still, like Ali said, just getting that bomb down and just taking your time, something that I feel like it was like an epiphany in the Optic match. Like, we don't need to do too much after we plan. Let them come to us, and then we just kind of erupt and play trades from there. So, yeah, Vegas have been looking good in Search the last 2 series.
They played it extremely well, and I'm expecting to see Falcons winning more and more S&Ds as the season goes on because they clearly did their homework. Because Vancouver is terrible at retaking. They're a bottom 2 retake team in the league. They allow Falcons to get the bomb down. Their defense has been abysmal, and Falcons were able to exploit that.
When we were over in Riyadh, we talked to them about their practice. They said, well, this region only plays Search and Destroy, that being the Middle Eastern region. And we also played 6v6. So a lot of changes coming over to the CDL. They seem to be getting better. They have found their footing in the first half, and now we'll see if they can get a win in the second half. But Nameless, I'm worried about the hard point.
Yeah, I am too. Let's jump into drawing conclusions. Let's break down like the pivotal point in this map, right? As you can see right here, it's 172 to 232. We're rotating over towards the money hill of this map where you can set up and get a huge chunk of time. I want you guys to look at like the scoreboard for a second. Like Wixel's 27 and 19. He's having himself a great game. He's the guy that's in question here and how they get broken. So let's jump into the mini map, talk about this situation. So right here, we know what Surge is gonna be trying to do. They're gonna all be trying to push this street and like flip the spawns and get back here, right? So So if you're the Vegas Falcons, you want to layer and make sure like nobody can sneak through here without having eyes on him, right? So as it stands right now, we'll play it for a little bit and I'll show you guys what the issue is. So 5, he's going to get all the way through into the building with no eyes, right? So this is Wixel. He repositions to get this cross here. And you have 2. He's watching the cross to see if anyone's going to come through pool, which, you know, 1, maybe 2 players max will do that. And then you got 2 players like playing in the hill here. So you have a lack of information and there's like not proper layering here. So we'll talk about it. We'll roll the clip here for a second. But 04 gets through the back right here. Wixel, as we just pointed out on your mini map, he's watching cross. He gets eyes on Nasty, who gets cross. And then Exton finds a pick here. Now, this is why this is an issue, right? By the time that they decide to back up here and play for these kills, there's no layers, right? So you already have the presence of these players getting to the back, so they're going to be influencing the spawns. And now if you're Falcons, any death you have, you're spawning out here, so you just lost your positioning. So what I'm trying to explain here is if you're Vegas Falcons, whereas Wixel thinks like, hey, I still have the cross and I can still get in the engagement, you're not influencing spawns, right? You're not pushing them back and buying your teammates time. So now as you die, you spawn out, regardless of if you trade effectively here or not. Eventually, a good team is going to break you, and that's exactly what Surge does. Slow, methodical, no pressure from Falcons. They lose them out.
I love that because these are both really good rotational teams, but the problem is Falcons suck at holding. They need to work on their setups once they get there early, and that was a perfect breakdown of how they could have done it.
You had a Hixie solo running across the pool in a straight line breaking hills. Falcons, I cannot see this in a game 4. Hold your hills. Let's get it done, and let's see if they can pull off their first match win of the season. Vancouver, desperate for points as well, leading up to major number 1. Keep that in mind. It's time to get game 3 started as we send it back over to our casters. Miles, take it away.
I have taken it away. Thank you very much, Chris. And now we are about to take it to Hacienda to play Control. Map 3, teams tied up. You've just joined us. A very exciting first hard point. Surge running that one, and Vancouver falling short in the S&D as well. So crazy stuff, Chance. Again, good reps for them against Optic. I think Falcons coming into this one with a decent sort of chance to win this, but we haven't seen Vancouver play Hacienda yet. We don't know how gross they are at it. We don't know how mean these boys may be. So a lot of questions to be answered here. Have the Falcons improved, and do Vancouver Surge have any tricks up their sleeve here on the mode?
Well, we're going to find out, and obviously some of those tricks included like 4-man hits through a rock that amounted to nothing. So we've seen some funny business, but I know for this map specifically, Vancouver want to handle it. Only a single Control win for Falcons on the year, and obviously that was not on Hacienda. But obviously, we saw how the S&D went. So Vancouver want to avoid the Game 5 if all possible, because that has clearly been Falcons' best mode. And of course, for Falcons, bad news is you're winless in the Hardpoint. So you need this map 3 to have an opportunity. And Vancouver, of course, if they get shut this one down off the back of Abuza, they'll be good to go for the series.
Well, that's a tough one too, though. Abuza's been a monster. A couple of fantastic years in the CDL for him. The young Belgian has certainly made a name for himself. Can we find that special sauce, that little bit of magic here on Hacienda? Nice shots to start things off. Nasty. What an opener. Wixel's going to have that long line of sight covered. And this 4 down, baby. That's a nice defensive start for the Falcons.
Blink and you miss it, and it is just the depth spawn as well. Dahum playing a corner inside a lobby. 3 players now trying to get towards Xnid, but you got the coverage on the cross, so it's a good setup, good initial kills, and Dahum gets taken down, but hopefully the Falcons players are in position, and they're actually not as far up on the map as I think I would have liked after you get a clean 4-man wipe, but still plenty of pressure. And Xnid, well, unfortunate for him, does get dealt with. This B zone is now open. Guys like Roxas just a little struggling to actually get in the mix. There's pressure on B, and he's only just now taking a second gunfight. He's at least cutting off the reinforcements.
That's a big one from Abuza. Those 2 kills were tremendous. You get 04 in a position, and Abuza 3 now in a row. And this is starting to get mixy. Roxas gets into the mix and immediately taken out of it. Can we get the first segment cleaned up? Yeah, we can. 04 keeps his feet in the zone for long enough. Big pinch there from Hixie. Now off of spawn, straight into the fight, and the dive keeps him alive for that bit longer. Nasty there on the pickup, and Surge like an absolute maelstrom right now on Hacienda, finding it all.
Hey, and anytime you get 4-man wiped at this level, that can often mean devastation. But Surge, they bounce back incredibly quickly. 2 ticks on the zone, already through, and the kills flowing their direction. Wixel able to drop 2, but here's the trades. Easy reads from Hixie, but loses the gunfight. And now Abuza needs to be the guy that slows this pace down. 28 seconds on the game clock. If you're Vancouver, you have to force over towards B.
Yeah, time to get something going. Fellas, 20 seconds. Someone's got to get a kill or two, dive in the zone. A deep defense here from the Falcons, though. So you're able to make something happen, but bad news. Exnid's on a wicked flank. Loses the fight against Hixie. Not a problem. 3 dead. Stack it, boys.
And go spawn kill as well. Spawn kill immediately. Booz is going to be able to cut off how many of these players over towards Boat? Well, one lining up for 04, and he's just going to get out immediately. Let Nasty pick up this section of the map, and they got him in their sights. They don't actually get the kills. You see in the feed, at least, Booz is chopping off the reinforcements. So as poor as this game might have started, Surge do have a life lead, and now a minute to work with.
Ooh, nice job there, Byron Subbridge. 3 in a row here for Abuza. Capture on A is slow, is steady. As steady as she goes, Captain. We'll get there in the end. As 04 on a run, trying to find anyone. Finds 2, doesn't fire his gun, he just gets dropped. I'm not sure if he saw the players from behind though, so the pinch is on here for the Falcons. Able to maybe make something happen, Hixie, or your instincts were right, son. Exit, cutting him down. In and out he moves, as this boy is a demon here on Hacienda.
So he's able to get Hixie out, and they do prevent the second tick from rolling through. So sort of a late-term defense there, but the biggest issue is you just simply do not have the lives. If you're Surge, get everybody on this objective. Get as many ticks as you can before the lives crumble. That's 2 gone. Exit's gonna fall, and there you go. They get it done on the objective. Effectively a perfect offensive round. And again, for how things started, that could have spelled disaster, but the Falcons player just a little bit too slow to actually get in the blender setup, and Vancouver capitalized on it straight away.
Yeah, nice work. Very kill-heavy map so far. And Exnid, I mean, the man knows how to play for kills. Dirty little angles like this. He does get a lot of tags in there, so a good fight either way from the Vancouver boys right out of spawn, but an ideal attacking round for them. Again, we don't quite have the data yet to suggest, you know, whether defensive rounds are better here on Hacienda yet, but good looks out of the boys. They're finding a solid round to start things off. Nothing crazy in the kills department for either team yet, either chance.
No, I'd say the weirdest thing is maybe Exnid just having sort of excess deaths, but I think that's more on his teammates being a little bit slower at the start of the round. Either way, though, this is sort of a no-show B hit, and like you see on the minimap, Hixie's roaming over towards the hallways. Vancouver maybe thinking a little more pressure towards this A zone, and even Exnid's gonna turn their heads. This is great for the intel, but you still got to get the pressure clearly attacking this B zone.
Here comes Roxas. Are they able to pick up? Yeah, Nasty. Top side of Dark, he's in a great spot to keep these players in serious trouble should they hit their zone. Lethals and stuns going out, slowing them down. You're still on both zones at this point in time. I'm not sure if A got that segment completed or not. Roxas might have dipped out. I didn't see that in the in-game information, so tons happening on either side of the map. B does get the segment closed out, so 1 apiece. And 3 dead right now for the Falcons.
And that's all the kills you want to get right there from Surge. You see Slow to take space. Unlucky there for Abuza. And Exit just gonna be playing top office. This is a man that wants the kills, but with no intel, gonna start to get active. This is a Jackal, not an easy gunfight. So yeah, just go step on that zone, stop the clock, let your teammates get to work.
Oh, 04 fighting forward now. 5 HP. Confident when he's done. Abuza pushing forward. Exit looking for 2 here. Dohum helps some out. Nice work there from the Falcons. Still keeping this attack going at B. 33 seconds on the clock as well. Can't take his foot off that zone. Things will get mixy as well. It's Nasty. Another ripper from the outside of fences there. 2 dead at the moment for the Falcons. Exnid keeps them fighting fit on the inside of Tin. Oh, nice work again from Wixel. You've got the kills, lads. Over the top. Nasty doesn't fall for these parlor tricks. Back on the zone we go. And it is a do-si-do here by B.
I was about to say, my instinct would be to hit that straight away just for the fun factor. So he delivers. And Surge and Man, pretty on point on the hold. They're down on lives, but not a ton of progress made on either side. So Surge just need to make sure you keep up the pressure, and you can throw away some extra lives as long as you keep them away from the time. 18 seconds left in this round, and the Falcons players are scattered across the minimap. You need the objective.
10 seconds to go. Okay, kill from Dohum. Nasty. Sweet spot to be in. He is having a map so far, folks. 15-7. Final few. Exit, are you able to get on the boys on the B? Nobody close to getting on A either. So here we go. An opportunity to find something. And the tips of his toes. Hixie tickles Exnid into the next round. Vancouver Surge 2-0 so far.
Highlighting the power of teamwork and communication as well. Nasty just feasting on the fences side of the map, and Hixie was there to deliver a ton of information to him as well. We didn't see a lot from his perspective, but if you're looking at the minimap, Hixie was very involved over towards lobby, manipulating spawns, and when a player's doing all that on the map, you gotta make sure your comms are on point, but that's how Nasty knows when to turn to watch his own back, knows when he's comfortable to attack this B site, and they effectively just had constant like flank sort of pressure available to them. And if you're funneling those spawns through the Lambo side of the map, it is a hike and a half across the map to really get to either zone. Also, Nasty is a ghost. Did you see that?
I did not, but I think I know what you're talking about. He's like me with the pale British boys. This is what we do. Got the body of a geisha. It's extremely white. Starting things off with a bang. Dahum down and out. Nasty's fantastic work here on Hacienda. He's, whether it's the Jackal, whether it's the aims, he's doing his thing. Oh, nice one from Wixel. Keeps the back plat safe, keeps the capture, or the defense rather, of B well alive. You're not wrong, Chance. We talked about Roxas in the opening round. He is yet to really get anything going here. Here in the third, though, let's see if he can find a bit more. He's a very, very impactful player here for the Falcons.
This is about maybe routes being taken as well. 04 slips the net. Does get taken down as well, and Wixel for the trade just knows he's got to look at the back spawn. But this is 04 with a Jackal, and you got up close and personal. 04 is going to take it to you. And now you got Vancouver 2 in your spawn, or at least 1 in your spawn, 1 on B. Spawn player gets caught. That was a Booza going for the flank. 04 continues his path of destruction, but for the moment does not have teammate support, and Exnid is cutting off those reinforcements. 04 finally falls. The overwhelming pressure on the defensive end. Vegas deliver. They got 30 more seconds to hold on to, and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, B is, it's so much closer to the defending team spawn. Yeah, here comes the last 30. Exnid, your timing is just so unfortunate. They're moments away from spotting out Abuza. Bad news. Now Dahum runs into him. Final 20. On to B for a second. Nice work, Vancouver. Are you able to close it all out here? 04 has been a ghost, a true Spectre. As Nasty now gets onto the point. Did he catch the player on the hops? Yeah, but not enough. Exnid there for it. Abuza trying to pick this up, get back on the zone. He can't get the kill. Fresh mag, second attempt. Time still ticking.
Nice wins, good stuff. AR players love when they pick up the God gun and get a little bit mixy. So Booza able to deliver, but eventually Vegas just completely wipe them off the board. This is a 7 life advantage as well, so an incredibly strong round. Wixel on a 5, and I mean, look, you're going to be down on round count either way. We saw Wixel. This is a guy that loves to play for the kills. If he has the opportunity to get a cruise missile, he will take his time to get it. See if he can eventually secure that and try to win an offensive round and force the round number 5. The Vegas Falcons at least showing just a little bit of life.
Yeah, that was a really nice moment from Abuza towards the end there. He bought as much time as humanly possible to allow his teammates off spawn to make their way through P2 over towards A. Admittedly, the Falcons cut him to pieces the second they got there, but either way, little moments like that. We talked about how long it takes to get from spawn to the objectives here on Hacienda. It's a major consideration. So little things like that, good stuff. Yeah, Nasty's been 9-banged IRL. So is Hixie, actually, to be fair. Those brightness.
Look at that, that's insane.
Yeah, that's a 9-bang. Shout out BO4. The lights have gone off again, and I'm telling you, they've done it. They've changed the setup. It's time to get serious. Vancouver turn the lights down. They set the mood as Abuza finds 3 in the feed. Go on, mate. There's another one here for you. Wixel, though. He's playing for them kills, Chance. You're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, just letting everybody run past. His teammates are going to be dealing with a spawn trap, and he just doesn't know where to look. But the red dots show up, so now he maybe gets a freebie shooting a player in the back, and that'll get him a little bit closer to the cruise missile. But he's still maybe 4 kills away. But at least you trade out of Booza, you get pressure over towards this B zone. But he ends up just getting caught. Iron boots.
Yeah, man. Been a while since we've seen that. So sort of a trend that has changed a little bit in the COD world. Every alliance there on the streaks. Not a bad thing on this map whatsoever. Of course, both of the zones very, very wide open. Hellstorm missile here in BO6. A real doozy. Final 30 seconds here. And Vancouver Surge have locked down Hacienda fantastically. 2 in the feed, though. Nasty looking to try to stem this one. Don't let this play happen. 04 can't go any bigger. Wixel with a pistol. Is now on a B, finally.
Say that 5 times fast. You just have no time, by the way, as well, right? Like you have 18 lives, which is plenty, but 10 seconds left on the game clock. No one's stepping foot on A either. You're not even briefly pausing it. You're forced to go over towards B, and I mean, Hicksy's just waiting for his boys. He's got 2 flanks rolling through. Falcons are gonna have to win every single ISO gunfight, and they do. Abuza, last man standing, 8 seconds left, but this B zone might just fall.
He can't do anything about it. He simply cannot. He can find 1 kill if he wants, but it's done. The B zone, adios, amigos. Now, A zone. Nasty quick reposition. Eyes towards A. A little bit harder to defend. There's so many ways in. And look at this minimap. Everyone's having a one-on-one. Falcons winning them.
Nutty moment. And by the way, Doom is standing in their spawn. So right now, Vancouver players are going to spawn up. And yeah, Nasty's going to have to ride back to help out. Doom is causing all sorts of problems. And finally, they get rid of them. And Hicksy and Abuza win their ones as well. So while their spawn kills on one side of the map, Abuza is responsible for spawn kills on the other. So him and Hicksy again oscillating that direction. Exited just gets red. And Falcons, they have made it through their spawn, but now 20 seconds left. It is a desperation attempt towards this A zone.
It's going to be a weird looking heat map. That's all I know in this game. Dahum versus Nasty. 10 seconds to go. We are in. Is this going to force some movement? No, it's a strong defense. Abuza slows things right down. Anyone able to get on the zone?
Someone get on the A zone, please. You have to stop the clock. Guys.
I haven't seen it happen. Falcons not able to close it out. Control still eludes them. Vancouver Surge. 3-1 the final score there on Control. The boys are still figuring it out. Vancouver, not bad, man, whatsoever when it came to those, attacking rounds. Defensively pretty solid as well. They find their routes. They find those little awkward timings that certainly work out for them. But hey, there we go. The lead taken by Vancouver Surge here in our first series of the day.
Miles, look, we play ranked all the time. You know how stressed out I get when players move too slow in situations. They just, I mean, they're ironed up. Someone was L-triggered with an AR bottom secret waiting for someone to slide down the steps. I looked at the minimap. There was nobody there. They don't want to stop the clock, but obviously a tough situation either way. You never want time to be ticking when you have to capture the A zone. So a difficult one indeed. And Vancouver continue to capitalize, at least in the respawn game modes against Falcons, which obviously, Miles, they'll be looking for the follow-up in map number 4. Falcons now 0-10 in Hardpoint. Great gunnies the whole way through. Abuza, he had himself a time.
Yeah, Abuza had a great time. Just so you guys know, I've muted Chance so we can't hear this, but yeah, you guys have ever come across us at Rank Play. We tend to play together. We play on my stream. You've heard it. Chance is an angry man, guys. Don't upset him, Rank Play teammates. He's a sensitive boy. He means well, but the hate flows through him when you let him down in Ranked. Welcome back, Chance. Microphone activated.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, yeah, are you okay? That was weird.
Yeah, Fantarium. I just had a little bit of a lag out there. I don't know, something going on with my audio. I'll fix that afterwards. But yeah, ready to get into this next Hardpoint. Again, Vegas Falcons. The record has not been good. They just seem to be struggling with Hardpoint. If they really wanted a chance in this series, they had to force that Game 5 surge. Questions now, can you just close this out happily, get your 10 points, and get on with your weekend? Or will you be dragged into a tough Game 5 against a team that, we heard Chris talk about it, as far as the region goes, they play a lot of search and destroy. These boys know what's up in these gunfights. Oh, Abuza, we didn't catch that one in game. That was nice.
Yeah, that's his little firing range moment. So beautiful looks there. And you got to keep in mind as well, the 0-10 record for Hardpoint, they are still keeping maps relatively close, and they're finding themselves consistently in good spots, like consistently ahead of rotations, set up around the new time, and just not able to execute. So maybe Red Card might be the type of Hardpoint map that plays into their hands. We haven't seen a ton of repetitions from the Falcons boys just yet, especially not with this roster, but Red Card is a map that is even more so in my mind than Skyline. You are just hitting the hill out. You are spawning up, chucking a stun, chucking a nade, and taking a gunfight. So maybe something that'll play a little bit more into their favor. At the same time, though, if Abuza's shooting like he just was in that Control, he's going to love him some long lines of sight. So Surge, they're ready for the respawns. They're ready to play.
Yeah, Red Card as well. We've seen them looking pretty solid on this map as well. And again, it's just the Falcons. They're missing a couple of steps when it comes to Hardpoint. No doubt they'll find it. I mean, between Lou and Clay, this is a very solid coaching staff. These boys know what they're talking about. And if you can turn these players into solid Hardpoint players, I mean, dude, they're so gross. Like, they're disgusting players, man. They get insane kills. Working on those little things that, the North American, or say that most of the world now in the Call of Duty scene has been very, very good at for a very, very long time. Hardpoint, respawn game modes, control as well now since BO4. Bit of a catch up to do. So good luck on the Falcons. And when it comes to the practice, that's going to be keen. Let's see how we do though, because man, I've just felt like Vancouver, they are licking their lips. Or Abuza's eating something. I think that's a toothpick he's eating right now. That's right. Everybody look at Abuza. There you go. He's still common with that in his mouth. That's a toothpick for sure. Good stuff. Vancouver, a talented team.
It's like it's like dental floss on one end,
Yeah.
pick on the other. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
whatever those
Yeah.
are called. So yeah, I mean, look, dental hygiene incredibly important. And Abuza, no time wasted. Maybe snacking a little bit, getting something healthy before the series goes, but keeping things clean, just like the gameplay.
Yeah.
Just not in S&D. Sorry, I was having too much fun there. Wixel, by the way, like absolutely painted a picture to his teammates in the comms, like before the map was loading in. So they want to turn their red card maybe into their masterpiece. Certainly it paid off for them in Search and Destroy. So we know they're gonna be ready to go. I'm thinking there might, like, someone's dropping a 40. I don't know who it's gonna be, but there's at least 140 bomb rolling through on this map.
I feel like, I mean, some machine gun players can have a nice time here on red card. It could be an Exnid. There's obvious money's on that one. Oh, seriously though, if you know, by some crazy means, we do see the biggest red card victory here for the Falcons, that game 5 is a wipe. Like, they're in it. This could be the first series win. Inshallah, we'll find out. Until then, Vancouver Surge salivating at the prospect of this hard point. Here we go.
You were shouting out Xnid for the possible 40. I'm thinking Abuza might have himself a feast. 04 tied around the door, but he gets red, and it is a green kill feed. That is all 4 down, and that is the perfect start for Vegas Falcons. They throw the first punch.
Wixel, nice tags, damage, a lot of intel. Xnid sent in for them kills, baby. He might not have the highest damage on his team, but he has the kills, and he is absolutely fiending for it. 20 seconds to go on P1. Not bad. Vegas Falcons. Can you get over towards P2? And that's where Surge are living. No.
Oh, and finally, the EU boys on Vancouver able to strike and at least get you out of time. That was a good chunk collected on P1, but by the looks of it, Surge have absolutely stabilized. You got Nasty wrapping back to make sure you block those spawns, but right now for Vancouver, it is all guns forward. Falcons really slowing down the pace, and well, a car will open things up, but the middle of the map is not. Nasty closes things down, and Falcons now slow on the approach. 15 seconds gone by, and they don't have any kills. They don't have any presence. They do have a spawn in the back, but that might be bad news. This could turn into a spawn trap blender. Roxas falls as well.
That was awkward. Oh, 04. It's like something out of a movie. Xnid walking through the smoke, getting tagged up. Nice work here from the Vancouver lads. Big kills. Starting to double the score set by the Falcons there on P1. Looking towards the third as well, and that is where Nasty's positioned himself. You're going to make your way across map. You're going to run into Abuza. You're going to run into Nasty, and Roxas finds it. 04 right into it, and this could be something. All right, Falcons, you've made it over to the new hard point. Can you get the time now?
Well, they're going to have to, because that was effectively a perfect full 60, or at least incredibly close to it there for Surge. So they built themselves a sizable lead, and now Nasty, you can take your time and play for the kills or sprint into death, because you'll be right back off spawn. But maybe not Falcons. You gotta read it. 2 players are turned, ready for the pressure, so heads up on the gameplay, get the kills, and you can be right back in this game.
Yeah, those spawns were drawn in crayon, folks. Very readable. Very clear, very legible. Abuza breaks them down. Xnid, 3. Can you find one more, son? You've held the hard point. The spawns are still shaky there for Surge. But 04. Shoes on the other foot now, and it kicking. Here we go, in the backline once again. Vancouver Surge, no trophies to be found. Nasty on the entry.
I just feel bad for 04. He keeps dying to car explosions on different sections of the map. If not for that, Surge would have gotten the break just a little bit quicker. But here we are, another 3-man wipe in the feed. It's not as perfect as you would have wanted it, and Hixie is able to pierce the setup and chip away a little bit of extra time. And Rox is slow on the trade, but that's because maybe he's thinking about a cruise missile. That's a 5 spree for him and a 30-point deficit. There's number 6, but Surge, yeah, they hunt him down. They did not want that cruise to fall through.
No, his shots were great. Again, kills in this game not superb when it comes to accumulating score, getting them on the hard point, or getting players in the hard point. Far more important, folks. Take note, rank play teammates. Here we go. Xnid. Here Complete target-rich environment. There are players everywhere, and he couldn't get anything out of that one over to Doom in the hard point. Lovely work, 3 down now. There you go. 4th and final man. Hixie up, and he's not too close to the action. Almost all of the cars have exploded, so no worries at this point in time. But 04, you best believe he's not going to use another piece of cover that's got 4 wheels.
And now there's not dying car explosions. He's there to open things up, but just enough coverage for Dahoom down low. There is a contest coming through, but all in all, for how bad that could have been, Vegas do a pretty solid job of holding on to the time, and you get Nasty out of time, you save yourself an extra few seconds, but Nasty plays his life. Either way, Falcons do have the lead. Surge, though, over towards New. It's not a perfect setup just yet. Gotta get 04 by the time. He does not last. Dahoom soaring through, trying to set up the trades to roll through their direction, and he has done exactly that. The map opened up, the hill opened up. Falcons capitalizing now. Near-ish to the time.
Near-ish. I'd take near-ish. And this is such a mixy hard point. 04, you got time. You don't account for the X-ray that we can see. Hixie picking up flanks, picking up nothing, son. Nice kills out of Vegas. Lead change in a moment if anyone can get to the hard point. But the answer to that, so far, maybe.
Yeah, Hixie just read like a book there in that moment, and he lost the pressure on time as well. So trying to make the heads-up plays, but Falcon keeping you away. And this has been a P5 that has been widely uncontested. Neither team able to collect, but a nice sequence again for 04. Again, if not for car explosions, he has been thriving on this map, and now gets some freebies on the cutoffs. A force on the map. You gotta deal with him before you get past.
That looked like a gameplay trailer, didn't it? That was like the Season 2 Unreloaded, Black Ops 6. He's sliding around, shooting people in the face. It was great. Nice stuff, 04, as this 5 spree continues. Perfect awareness of spawns. Idly ho, Roxas, you're next to fall. 6 in a row now for 04. Exnid. Guns in. Nice job. Only 4 seconds separating our teams thus far in this hard point, and dare I say it, it's the best the Falcons have looked in a minute on the mode.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, they had a pretty solid P1, and outside of that, it has been a pretty scattered game. But of course, for Vancouver Surge, it'd be the opposite. They had a good P2, and other than that, it is 04 just making highlight reel play after highlight reel play, and he's not even getting shot back. I mean, this is his trailer moment.
It really is. He's putting it together, baby. This is all going in the montage. Why does no one do that anymore? We could have some hilarious little throwback moments, like a real early 2000s montage. Come on, man. Like some, you know what I mean? Like some 30 seconds to Mars and stuff like that. Like, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Big kills out of Roxas in the back line now as they're trying to fight forward. P2 was not that good for them going around the first time, and there's a slight bit of separation, and Nasty has slipped the net. You are so sneaky. The gunny is solid as well. Oh, 1 bullet away from taking care of the Dahoom.
Yeah, counting to 4 is a little bit tricky when that man gets lost. You got to get active to find him, or else he pierces the setup. But they handle the chaos for the most part. Still a little bit difficult to stay on the time, but Exnid is here and on a 4. And great news long term, you want to keep Vancouver sort of tucked to the back spawn. A couple trades rolling out, but finally Exnid gets dealt with. And again, a difficult sort of situations for Falcons to actually collect the time, but maybe enough damage has been done, keeping the game close as we go over towards New. But now looking at the minimap, this could be a problem. Vegas, they get wiped off of it and spawn on the wrong side. Surge, maybe just their moment of the game. It'll be a 20-point lead going into new time. They are playing with some pace.
Vancouver, pace now set, hard point in their hands, an opportunity to turn this game upside down. Let's go for a listen in.
Deep left. Here. One's deep left. Bart. P1 dead. That's you. One more. Ticket. Last ticket. I'm blocking. I don't know where you're blocking. He's gonna come stairs to me. He's gonna come stairs to me. Spawn out, boys. I'm blocking. One more there. That's two other. Stairs. Dead shot. I'm blocking. When could be on time now. I'm on time. We're good. I'm on time, baby. Going downstairs now, far too. I'm coming out in the left corner, Jordan. Keep right. With you, Jordan. Ciao. I have time. Get out. I'm getting all of it. I need help. I have all of it. Get on me time. He focused front. I have all of it. I'm saying that. One top dark. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I have all your mid, Charlie. I'm backing up. Yeah, that's fine. One shot, I'm playing no. I'm gonna show. I'm in you. Go P2. Go dark. I spawned out. One is behind you. One is already blocking. One behind you guys. I don't know where. I'm playing. I'm crouching P2. Frame me. He's gonna find you. Yeah, I'm dead. They're all P2. Take your time. We're good. I'm P2. Oh, P2. Doom. Blue top. Blue top. He's not pushing on you. Kill across.
Nice shot.
Last guy S2.
Don't you cross.
Yeah, kill that guy. Nade across. Nade across.
One shot.
All this time, boys. All this time. I'm mid on our side. I'm switching back.
All right. Wixel.
One speed at 2 times. Left one. Yeah, do that. The stage now.
Left side stage.
We have a mistake. Top and low, boys. Outside top. P2 side of top. Hey, I'm trying to get P2 side of top. Yeah, trying it. Nice, you can test that time. I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I'm playing my phone, bro. Playing the other.
Nice comms there at the Vancouver Surge boys. They're doing a bit of a victory lap now chance. Hixie, some very, very nice dance moves there by P3.
Dance moves are one thing. Walking into a pre-aim there of Wixel is another. So interesting angles being chosen. I don't think Wixel had any idea that he could have been coming through the actual time, but all's well that ends well. Falcons, if you want to fight back in this game, this is exactly where you get it done. Nasty. Man, did he watch Sid play. He is keeping things close in that moment in a mini-map that is looking devastating to keep track of. Players everywhere. You got to make sure you get these trades. Who's going to come out on top? Surge give you 2 to whom? Last man standing. And as long as you trade him out for Surge or back him down, you'll be good to go.
They're trying, but yeah, Hixie stays alive on the hard point for the time being, to whom his run continues. Big kill right into the point. Problem though, players everywhere. Trade's now complete, 0-4. And the boys have surged. They've got the manpower over by the hard point now. They should be able to get into this one. 25 for the win. Not going to get the win here. Certainly not with the Vegas Falcons fighting back like this. But over to P1 we go in just a brief moment. A few doors away. And I'll tell you what, folks. Surge are feeling good now.
Feeling good for sure. And of course, if Falcons manage to keep this close, it might be 0-4, the man that ends up getting towards that 40 bomb. But Roxas able to catch him there. Nasty traded out, but the mini map is scattered once again. So Falcons have to read the pressure. And you can see, well, with 0-4 spawning in the back, enough to get him off the time. Efficiently, quick trades though coming in from Xnid, but the ability to stay alive on this point is not an easy feat. You need the extra kills, and those are kills that for the moment Surge are collecting.
Well, they are finding them, and they're finding time. 20 to go for the win, folks. 0-4, a nice run here. Stopping anyone getting close to the hard point. It's not necessarily about staying alive on it if they can't even engage and fight. 0-4. Still roaming. What a pinch this is. The unreadable. What a 0-4, baby. What a spree. He seriously made a movie of this map.
I mean, he's just been having a grand old time. That is the flow state. That is making things look easy. 0-4 was born for it. He might have skipped challengers just a little bit, but he's making light work of it here. Just want to see him get to 40. Will his teammates give him the final kill? They're not going to do it. Scumbags, but at least they get the win. Respawn dominance coming out from Vancouver. Clean Call of Duty being played.
Yeah, very much so. That red card was nice. Vegas Falcons again proven to be a force in search and destroy. The respawn still eluding them. Back to the drawing board they go. Do they play up to their competition? That is the question. And right now, again, it feels like they're trying to do the right things, and at times it just doesn't seem to work for them. Vancouver Surge, though, happy to take those 10 points, happy to take the win in the build-up towards Major 1. An exciting series to start off our matches today. Charles, any sort of major takeaways from you while we look across the stats?
I mean, I'm slightly unhappy with Vancouver Surge's S&D. Like that red card, they have a ton of reps, but they continue to struggle, and some of their strats just seem a little bit off. Like just like the coordination, not like getting nades together on site at the exact same time. Retakes that look a bit disconnected, maybe a little bit defeated on a mindset front, or maybe they just felt they were going to be able to coast in the respawns because the teamwork and coordination there was fantastic. And of course, in that final map, didn't need too good of teamwork if 0-4 is going to drop 39 and be a godless killing machine on the map. So it was close for a bit, but a runaway bride towards the end. No one's getting married today.
No one's getting married today. Always the bridesmaid so far. The Vegas Falcons unable to pull away the win. That's their 10th series in a row now that they have fallen prey to their opponents. Good looks in the search and destroy again, but those hard points. Vault's getting better, way better. 214 is fantastic, but red card is a tough one. The Hussey in the control as well.